Today's January 2nd, 2018, John. It's the first podcast of the year. We haven't done one of these in a while. We've been so busy on crypto land. What's going on?
Yeah, well, Investitude's been building out the crypto education and the crypto news. In fact, if you want, you can go to investitute.com on any given day, even if you're not a member, and you can click on, it's near the far end of the right-hand side. Up on top, you can click on crypto news, and you can see it even if you're not a member.
Ethereum is what today? It passed? What companies did it pass today, market cap-wise?
Well, on the highs today, Ethereum traded over 86 billion in market cap. That leapfrogged it up. It is now ahead of Starbucks, Costco, and Baidu in market cap, even though it's pulled back to 860. It's still above them in market cap.
It's amazing.
I point that out to, there's a very smart lady. We should get her on the show sometime, Andrew. Kelly Evans. She hosts a number of shows, when she's subbing, but her show is Closing Bell, of course.
Oh,
and it runs from 3 until 5.
She's cute. That Kelly Evans?
With her about cryptos, and she was basically telling me, how crazy is, since she's a millennial, that's what they use the term for crazy is cray-cray. I said, yeah, it is. How do you dismiss something as crazy and not worth investing or trading when it's got a bigger market cap than Costco? Sort of an endorsement how many companies are over $1 billion in market cap in cryptodom these days, Andrew. And we're up, by the way, to 640 trillion in total market cap in the space.
Billion. Trillion is the mark, right? 640.
Trillion's the mark.
Yeah, so we're at 640 billion. So
640 billion as of today.
All right.
That's with Ripple passing through $2, right?
Yep.
Do you still have some Ripple?
Hell no. I own that piece of crap. It's too many shares outstanding. It's too many coins.
I know.
It's 36
That's
billion,
my
I know.
issue with it too.
I know. I'm trading it. Oh, you can make money trading. Blah blah blah. I tend to use some of my 30+ years experience or whatever. There's certain things I'll do and certain things I won't. and one of them's that. It's outstanding shares. There's just too many of them.
Yeah, 38 billion, folks. You can look it up. I mean, when you've got Ethereum and Litecoin and Bitcoin and others with a far more limited amount. And again, an asset gathers its value by its scarcity.
Yeah.
The only reason there's any scarcity in Ripple is because the insiders that own so much of it aren't selling. That is a when, not if question.
This sounds like a stupid question. Is there any stock that you can think of that has 36 billion shares outstanding?
I'm not aware of any.
That's a lot.
I mean, I think it's crazy when stocks have, 5 billion shares. But, you're getting into the billions of shares. It takes so much, seemingly, to move the needle. People have, to your credit, all of you who are in Ripple, I'm not, but all of you who are, to your credit, you have bested us because Andrew and I just have too much experience trading to buy into that.
I've lost.
And I guess I'll continue to be left in the dust by you Ripple files, but that's okay. It's like we have said for months on the program, Andrew, there are so many crypto stocks to trade. You don't have to trade ones where you can't wrap your head around the 38 billion coins or tokens that are out there in the Ripple sphere. You can trade something else. That's what I've chosen to do.
All right. Enough of crypto. I'm just letting it happen. I'm not going to think about it too much. I will tell you what I did on Friday when you're out. I bought some more AMD. I only own stocks that have A in them. Apple, American Airlines, AMD, and Adobe. So I picked up more AMD, and over the weekend I was watching Adobe videos. The ones that they have these conferences where they...
And that's kind of like a how-to video?
Well, they preach to the faithful. They preach, the new stuff coming out, right? So it's like a symposium down in Florida, and all your creators and everybody goes there. And for some reason, I was nothing to do, so I started watching some of these videos over the weekend. I love this stock even more, 10 times more. You should see the stuff they're coming out with. And this is just for creators. And I'm thinking to myself, damn, they put out a great product. So anyway, I still own Adobe. I'm still holding it. If it ever pulls back, which who knows, I'll get more. And I did that last time. So those are my stocks for the year so far, just A stock. How about you?
Mm.
Only doing A stocks right now.
Well, let's see. I jumped in with Wells Fargo again
Oh, yeah?
because they were buying that big call spread in there. I loved it when people on CNBC were giving me crap for buying it in the mid 40s on that drop. And I just kept saying, really? So they didn't steal any money from people's accounts, and they're going to cough up a couple bucks per account as far as signing folks up for things they didn't sign up for. I get it. They should be tarred. But I think they tarred the shareholders pretty hard, and perhaps harder than they should have. That's why I bought it in the mid 40s. I bought more today, Andrew, because of that call spread that I saw trading in there. I think it was the 60 or the 62.50 out in February in Wells Fargo WFC.
I'm looking at it.
So I added to that. I also like the BlackBerry BB. Can't remember the last time I traded that thing, man.
Wait. That's their symbol's BB. I didn't even think they existed anymore. I thought it was BBRY. They just went
Right?
with BB.
Used to be. Now it's BB. You know, it surged, an announcement that they thought their margins were going to expand their gross to, I think, 70%, Andrew, 74% from 70. Can you imagine either of those numbers as a gross margin number for most businesses? I mean, come on.
I see it here.
I think pretty incredible.
14,900 January 2020 calls.
They were buying the 13s earlier today with the stock at around 1140.
Can I tell you a funny BlackBerry story?
Sure, go ahead.
All right, so I was over at the CBOE with you. It was like, I don't know, 6-7 years ago. And I had this conversation with this guy. And you were doing something for the exchange. And, you know, it was one of those nights. And it was probably Trade Monster back in the day. And this guy starts talking to me. And he's like, he's really going off on the BlackBerry, like how much it's good. And they do this, they do that. And I'm like, you know, I'm almost buying into what he's selling, right? And then I said, are you from Canada? And he's like, yeah. How'd you know? I'm like, I don't know. Just something about BlackBerry and your enthusiasm. I said, I think you said the word oat. but it seemed like anytime I got in a conversation with somebody about BlackBerry, it was always, anyway, they're Canadian. So we're seeing some activity in that. I'm still not buying it. But go ahead, folks. If you like BB, then have at it. They'll let it put you out.
What else was I trading today, Andrew? I liked that Microsoft because I tend to agree with the outlook of the trader that did it. I mean, I like it here in the mid 80s. I don't want to sell it, but I don't necessarily think it's going to run like it has. I think it might consolidate for a while and maybe have a quarter or two before it goes significantly higher. I saw somebody go in there today, Andrew, and collect about $3.50. July 95 call, July 75 put combo. Sold them both. So I said, $3.50. So in other words, if you did that against stock, you've got a covered call on at the 85 to 90 because the stock's roughly 80. You're selling the 95 up July, and you're also collecting premium on the 75 put. So if you bought it, you'd be buying at 71.50. I'm sorry, 71.50 if you were forced to buy on a put that went into the money. And on a call, you'd be selling at 98.50. So I'm sitting there going, well, I got the stock. I kind of like that. I'll either buy more at 71.50 or sell it at 98.50. I like it. And whoever did it was an institutional player. They did it pretty big. Shout out to our buddy, The Rock. The Rock, on the strength of his personality and obviously a strong cast, good movie, Jumanji beats out a Star Wars movie at the box office. It couldn't even hold first place down, Andrew. You know, when was the last time a Star Wars movie got kicked off after 2 weeks?
2017. You asked. That's too bad. Well,
yeah, good for The Rock.
Yeah.
And
Smell what the Rock's got cooking.
got some momentum. If he was a stock, he'd probably be like your Adobe, Andrew.
Oh, yeah. As long as they keep putting out good stuff, we're okay.
Remember, folks, you can subscribe to the podcast through Google Play, iTunes, or, of course, on YouTube. You can subscribe, and then you get alerted every time we do a new one. So have a great afternoon, and send us a comment, please.